Morning people, it's 5:51. We've had the dogs a walk, they're now asleep. I've just made me coffee. I've had loads of people saying you ain't done a video for a long time. I've been busy with garden and pigeons and put that path in yesterday, do you know what I mean? It was only bags of stuff, my mate come and help me do it. He did most of it. I've got bad shoulder. But right, I am natural. I was first and second on Saturday. It's only a small club, but they're looking like they'll be second and third in the section, and the section last week sent 700 and something. They're looking like they'll be 8th and 9th, or 9th and 10th in Fed, and I think there's about 3,360 odd. So they're doing all right. And people said, is there a lot of more work with being natural? No. There's a lot more planning involved. You have to plan things. These was all on eggs, and some was on young ones, and some of the young ones are still in there because I'm breeding a couple. There's an 8-year-old club mate, Brian. He's still racing a 10-year-old cock, bless him. And I said, I'll breed you a couple of young ones, mate. And I'm not just saying it. Anybody can come and DNA the bloody thing. But the winner, he's on a young one that Brian's having. I'd already put the ring on it before he won. But it's just one of them things that, you know, I want to try and help Brian. So let me explain about the planning. These was all on eggs, all young ones, as you know, when they went Saturday. Sunday, I took them all away. Everything's been took away. There is some young ones still there. It don't matter about them. Because you have to, like I say, you have to plan. So this week it'll just be the cocks going, because they'll start to drive. And by Friday night, they won't be driving, you know, mega hard, but they'll be driving enough to make them want to come. If you haven't driving too much, you know it's like with yearlings, and most of my pigeons are yearlings. I had a good clean out last year, and most of these are yearlings. So they should have a good race this week coming. And then the hens will lay up like Monday, Tuesday. So they'll get the second in like Wednesday. They can go then into that next weekend's race, not this weekend coming, the one after that. And then when it comes round to national, they'll be sitting 10 to 14 days. And that's what I mean about planning. You have to work back. You have to get your race and then work back to what you've got to do. It's simple, really. Just so when these go to the national, hopefully they'll all be sitting between 10 and 14 days. And then you could start the process again if you wanted. They could come home to them. You could then give them a couple of days and then throw them, and it'd start again. Or if you know you've got one or two that like coming to a young one, I mean, obviously that winner like coming to a young one, he's got a big young one, I'll show you. In fact, there's two in the nest now, because I lost the hen to another pair that had a young one, and that young one's now gone to into that nest. Donny for Brian, they're not for me. But so it's just planning. You've got to plan. I'll take you in and show you, just so, because I know what some are like, because some call me just a pigeon keeper and a YouTube wannabe. But I'm not. I've been doing these for years, since I've come back, and here we are, still full natural. That's where the winner was coming to. That's his. Hey boy, in the doorway. Yeah, there was two in there, a checker pied and a checker. They've gone into young bird loft obviously now. She's on eggs. She'd only laid her first and to it. Hey, you bloody nutter, he's wild him. That won't be staying. He'll have to win about 10 races to stay that. They've got two young ones under there, not quite ready to move. And I want to just put her down on eggs again. She just hatched. 78's a barren hen. She's a bloody stonker of an hen, but she's barren. And she did knock a wing, but I sent her Saturday and she come alright. But she ain't got a cock, and she thinks that nest, she shares that nest, which it could motivate this little light checker hen big time. So there was a young one up there, as you know. I took them out of there. There was a nest there. There was a nest there. You know what I mean? So the black hen is hen. I lost it other week. Only training. That's my good hen, that checker hen. Now she's gone to him on the floor. His hen didn't come, pied cocks. He was my first pigeon last week. Him and a dark cock out the other end. I should have had 4 in the section that week, but there was a mix-up, so we're not sending more. There's 2 youngers there, look. They're off 39. He was my 3rd pigeon Saturday. That's Holy Chest. He's been an unlucky pigeon, him. He got scalped real bad as a young, and you can still see the mark on his head. Then other week he come back with a hole in his chest from training, but I sent him Saturday. It's all healed now, just feathers out of place, and he come all right. But as you can see, it's all. Let them crack off. We're all still natural. Loads of straw. Loads of straw. He's wild. Good girl. There was one up there on eggs, but that's it. I've took all eggs out, so they're just going to start picking it. He's got to pick another hen, that pied cock. He'll be good at him. That's his mother there, the pied hen. She went Saturday and all. I have left here on eggs. I tell a lie there, because she's a Keys Boucher, originates from Paul Fisher, and she's with a bulk cock, a red checker cock. So I have left them because I'd like to look at their young ones and have a look at them. So there you go. That's what we do. That's as simple as it gets, folks. It ain't a lot of hard work. There's some of the young ones that I only moved just today from out the race loft. It's not hard work as such. It's planning. That's all. It's all about planning. That young ones. And there we are, and I like it because you can have your pigeons out as much as you want, really. I mean, I do stick to my routine where obviously I get down here. I took the dogs on the football field first, chased a few rabbits, and then we get down here nearly first, like, do you know what I mean? I make a coffee and then we get these out, and they fly like hell, and then they can piss about. I mean, they're not flying mega mad now because it's Monday. I don't want them to. You know what I mean? They're still on barley and purity. But come Thursday, they'll be going mad. Now then, Blackie, are you pick my good hen? Hello, girl. Come on, then. Come on, then. She was first section, 4th hopping in Old Ends Classic. When I only sent her, come on, girl. She went Saturday, by the way. She's not been put to stock out like that. I have bred off her, obviously, but she's still racing. She might hopefully win a national. Be nice, wouldn't it? Oh my lord! You can only dream. You can only dream. Hey kids. So that's about it, really. It is simple, but you've just got to plan a little bit, and you work round your races. Pick your race, work back, and get them on the nest position you want. Or, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think sending them, you know, to a national where they're going to be in baskets 2 or 3 days driving would do them any good. But on a nest, I like them on a nest, mate, and I like them on a young one, I must admit. And I think they do all right. Well, they do all right. I know they do. So, yeah, people might say they might do better Woodward. Who knows? I mean, there was... and nobody can say the win on Saturday was wind assisted or anything like that. Because if you look at the Lynx Fed group, I mean, it'll be on Clee Imperial website on Friday, the Fed result. But looking through the results on Lynx Fed page on Facebook, the first 10 are like from different clubs. You know what I mean? It's there's me over in Gainsborough, Mr. Barraclough over in Scunthorpe, Rod Sparks got one, Carl White's got one. You know what I mean? It's spread across the Fed, and the width of our Fed. Well, our Fed, I've only joined it. That was my second race, but it's like from here to Grimsby, which is about 40 miles. So it's a wide Fed. It's not like you're coming down a corridor. And I'm not knocking them corridor Feds, by the way, but it is a wide Fed, and sometimes it is dominated with the wind. Everybody knows that. I'm not saying it because I'm feeling bad about it, but I don't care. You know what I mean? If I can do all right in my section every week, I'm holding my own. Do you know what I mean? But we are stuck out on a wing here. I'm one of the most westerly fanciers. Paul is in my club. He's a little bit more west than me by a mile, I think. So predominantly southwest winds, we're going to be struggling. You know, and the drag's going down the coast and the wind. So, but hey, I'm not bothered. It's just nice to fly your pigeons, isn't it? And you all know my thoughts on that. I love racing pigeons. Some people think I'm a pigeon keeper. That's up to them. But I like racing pigeons. I like doing things out of the ordinary to try and dispel myths. You know, you can't feed farm grains. Yes, you can. You can't feed beans. Yes, you can. What about farm barley? Yes, you can. I said the other night to somebody was saying, and loads of people I see on Facebook always say it, barley's a good indicator of when they've had enough. They don't like barley. It's bollocks. They do like barley. The reason they don't like eating barley is because of the husk. It must get tickle in the throat or do something. Because if you go and buy some pale barley, they'll eat it. Barley's barley, but it's just got the husk on. And it's that they don't like. They do like barley. Believe me, they do like barley. So that's another myth. But that's just me, you know me, at that cheap corn. I went and fetched 6 bags the other day. Multi-mix for super malting. 6 bags of it I fetched. There it is, 6 bags. You know me, I don't hide nothing. So what I get, you've seen what I feed. I just like I say, I like to dispel myths. People say you've got to this corn, this corn. I'm afraid you don't. Good pigeons are born. And up to you to bring the best out of them. Anyway, I'm waffling on now and I've done bloody 10 minutes. I don't want to bore you. So it is simple. Natural is simple. A little bit of planning needed, that's all. Okay, people, ta-da.